Long ago, I made a video talking about ammo types and what ammo I recommend taking into raid. We discussed NoFoodAfterMidnight's ammo chart and how to determine what ammo types you should use over others. Now, with 0.12 there are plenty more ammo types to choose from, so I feel like today would be a good time to update everything. So this video is going to give you a brief overview on how to pick what ammo is going to be good for different situations and what ammo you should take into raid. It doesn't just depend on what's the best, it depends on a few factors, but it's pretty self-explanatory because we're going to be referencing NoFoodAfterMidnight's chart quite a bit. I will link it in the description. NoFoodAfterMidnight's chart is absolutely incredible for finding out which ammo is better than others because it's so visual, and just by looking at something with a brief knowledge of how the ammo works in Tarkov, you're going to be seeing, I want that one, without having to think too much. So firstly, what is good ammo? Ammo is dependent on a couple of factors. The first factor is flesh damage. This is pretty self-explanatory. That's how much damage a bullet does to flesh. And then you've got armor penetration, which is how well a bullet penetrates armor. The higher the armor penetration percentage, the better it'll penetrate different tiers of armor. To find the best ammo, you'll need to find a good balance between the both. You can't just go all armor penetration, because once you've penetrated armor, you're not going to be killing targets as easy because they've got a flesh barrier as well. But you can't just go with all flesh damage because you're not going to get through the armors to actually hit the flesh. You're going to have to aim for the limbs, which isn't going to be ideal when center mass is the easiest to hit on a target. Either if you've opened NoFoodAfterMidnight's chart in the description, or you're looking on screen, I'm going to show you a good example of what I mean here. 9mm ammunition is an extremely common ammo type in Tarkov, and one of the ammo types is 9x19 RIP ammo. This has an extremely high flesh damage stat at 102, but a very low penetration for armor at only 2%. This means that this ammo is going to absolutely destroy unarmored targets and unarmored parts of the enemy like their legs or their arms. But if you come across any target with any class armor, and that means even Packer and the lower tier 2 and tier 3 armors, it's not actually going to penetrate easy. Now if we compare two other 9mm ammunition types, so 9x19 PST is going to be one of them. This is a level 1 unlock from Mechanic Loyalty level 1, and it is a really good starting ammunition type if you're going to be using a PP19 as a budget beginner loadout. This has 54 flesh damage and 18 armor penetration. But if we can compare this to the AP 6.3 ammunition, this is the armor penetrating 9mm ammo. It has 52 flesh damage and a much higher armor penetration of 25. So from this we can conclude that the AP 6.3 ammo is a much better ammo type. However, it does mean that it's got a lower flesh damage, only by 2. So that's what you've got to understand. Even if it's got a slightly lower flesh damage than another ammo type, you've got to weigh up what you want more. You need a good balance of armor penetration and flesh damage. Even though it has a lower flesh damage, it has a much higher armor pen, so you're going to want to go with that to get your good balance. So now I've sort of told you how to determine what makes ammo better over others. You can now use NoFoodAfterMidnight's chart to find what ammo types you want to take in raid. This is a massive chart, so that's why I've linked it in the description, but have a look on screen. I'm going to give you a quick breakdown summary of all the calibers and what is the best ammo type there. So for the 12 gauge shot, I've gone for the 12x70 flechette ammunition, and 12 gauge slugs, I've gone for 12x70 AP20 slugs. And then if you move on to 20x70, you've got the Slug Star and 20x70 Buckshot 62 ammunition. Then if you want to use PMs, I recommend the PMM 9x18. And then if you want to use a TT, it's 762x25 PST GZH. And then obviously, as I've said, the AP 6.3 for 9mm ammunition is the best ammunition for 9mm. And then we've got the 9x21 SB13 ammunition. For the 5.7, the new ammunition type for the 5.7 and the P90, I've chosen the SB193 ammunition. And 4.630 is APSX. This hasn't changed from when the MP7 was introduced, it's always been this way. And then we've got 9x39mm ammunition at BP. This is the best for this caliber. And then .366, not many people use it, but TKM EKO is the best ammunition type. And then we move on to the more common ammunitions like the 545x39. You can either use 7M39 ammunition or BS ammunition, both are extremely powerful. And then you've got 5.56 by 45, this is the NATO round. M995 is going to be your best bet for this. 7.62 by 39 is your BP round, and 7.62 by 51 is your M61 round, but all ammo types of this caliber are going to be good and taking out most targets in any armor class. Then you go for 7.62 by 54R, this is the Mosin and the SV98 and the SVD round. This is SNB ammunition, but again, all ammo types are extremely good for this round. Then finally we got the 12.7 by 55 ammunition, this is the new Ash 12 round. I recommend PS12B, but that is very armor class heavy. It is an armor penetrating round. If you are coming across unarmored targets a lot more, then maybe go for just the PS12. Now the mounted weapons are on this graph, but I'm not really going to go into much detail about them. They're mounted weapons, you've either got a grenade launcher or you got the big mounted machine guns. They're going to penetrate any armor class anyway, but they have a huge flesh and armor penetration value. Now, NoFoodAfterMidnight's graph has been updated a lot since I last really covered it. There is now a good visual representation on what armor types are good against different armor classes. It's ranked from 0 to 6 and color coded from dark red to light green. 0 or dark red shows that it will not penetrate this armor class at all. A good example of this is again 9mm RIP ammunition. This has zeros across the board, meaning you cannot even penetrate lower class armors like Packers. The numbers then increase from like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and that's sort of increasing the chance of penetrating certain armors, so it's like really bad to really good. Then you get to 6. 6 basically means you're going to one-shot the target, and it's not even going to really recognize that the armor's there, it's just going to go straight through. That's what you want to get to the most if you want to penetrate armor with the most probability. So a 5 is a greater than 90% chance of penetrating, but 6 is like, yep, going straight through. So if you can get one with a good flesh damage and the most 6s you can across the board, that is going to give you the best armor type. That's how I picked mine previous. And typically, the more shots deflected by an armor makes the armor weaker, the armor durability will go down, and that will increase the chance of penetrating, meaning that even with weak ammo, enough shots you'll eventually get through. And this is not to say it'd be easy, you might need a whole backpack of ammo to do this. So knowing the statistical best ammo types in Tarkov is all well and good, but the price and trader unlock can be a huge issue. Early wipe buying ammo types on the flea market that can penetrate all armor classes for extortionate amounts of money is pretty much pointless, as the vast majority of players will be running low tier or no armor at all. Only later in the wipe or when you're coming up against scav bosses will you need to worry about what armor is higher penetrating and more desirable. So a good round that you can get across the board level 1 traders is 7.62 PS. I do recommend this, it's a strong hard hitting round and can take out scav boss no problem, as I've stated in my previous how to kill Glukar on reserve and how to kill the wood scav boss. I've mentioned that them ammo types are the best ones to use against these scav bosses. They're widely available, they're cheap, and they're pretty much perfect for even starter players. So my recommendation if you're stuck on what ammo to use, if you're early in the wipe, low level or poor, go for ammo that is readily available to you at your level and is really cheap. Don't bother looking on the flea market because you'll just get charged over the odds for what they're actually worth. Then when you're higher leveled and you've got better level traders and more money in the bank, you can decide to go with a better, more desirable ammunition type for your situation. You can look at the chart and be like, that one, I want that one, rather than going, I haven't got the money for this, I'm going to spend everything on 60 rounds of this, then die and lose all your money just in 60 rounds of ammunition. Other than that, keep an eye on NoFoodAfterMidnight's chart as well, because it's very accurate and always kept up to date. Along with its clean, user-friendly layout and paired with the basic knowledge of ammo types that I hope I've given you in this video, you should be able to understand pretty easily what ammo types you need for your raids. If this video did help you out guys, I'd like to hear from you down below in the comments. If you do have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer as well. I try to help as many people in the comments as possible and reply to as many comments as well, so make sure you comment down below, subscribe and hit that notification bell if you did enjoy the video and want to stay up to date with all the latest Escape from Tarkov content. I love you lots, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, hugs and kisses. I'm shattered, I'm gonna sleep now. I'd like to thank you all for staying to the end of this video, but before I end it, I'd like to tell you something about Shadow. Shadow is a company that I'm working with to promote max gaming PC settings anywhere you are. Shadow is a cloud-based subscription service which allows you to subscribe $30 a month and you can play any games, max settings anywhere you are, which means you can have a broken up PC, a shitty laptop or a Mac, and you can still play games like Tarkov in max settings, 1440p, 60 FPS, and this is actually how I record all my gameplay and stream Tarkov at this point in time. So if you liked how the game looked in this video, then check out the description and it'll take you to Shadow's website. You can do more research there, and if you do decide to sign up using the code SAM10, you'll get $10 off your first month. Thank you so much everyone. Toodle pip, cheerio, enjoy your evening.